Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Dr. Matt Hunsaker. For those of you I haven't met, I'm the interim campus dean here at Central Wisconsin, and it's a pleasure to be with you this afternoon. I want to personally thank the families, friends, the students, and our colleagues from the local medical community who are here in the room today helping out. And I want to say thanks to Dr. John R. Raymond, Sr., President and CEO of the Medical College of Wisconsin, and Dr. Deborah Kostakis, our interim dean at MCW, for making the trip up and being part of today's ceremony. So thank you to both of you. As a regional medical school, we have teachers spread across the region and indeed across the state. Many of them are busy practicing today, seeing patients, taking care of folks, and maybe watching this ceremony later this evening. I just wanted to say a special thank you to them. At MCW, with our regional campuses, without them, there is no program. Their dedication, their commitment to teaching, but unfortunately their responsibilities today keep them from being with us. But as they watch it later, thanks to all of you and thanks for being part of our team. And we hope if you have a chance here locally, you can join us this evening after the ceremony. The new class has arrived. They've been getting settled in. They very quickly immersed themselves in the tasks of medical school, the orientations, the trainings, all the things that go with arrival at med school. They've been finding their way around Wausau, perhaps finding a few places to settle in and get to knowing each and other as well as people here in the community, and we're thankful for that. One of the special things about a regional campus is that you get to know the community. A small group of people, small cohorts of students. You build relationships and friendships that last a lifetime. It's a special day in their lives. It's an important one for the campus. And as they take the first public step today to becoming a physician, moreover, they're committing their careers to the service of others through science. We couldn't be more excited for each of you. I would ask that you silence your cell phones as we focus on these students for the next hour or so. And I would now ask Dr. Raymond to say a few words. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Hunsaker. It's truly an honor for me to be here today. And my message to our students is simple. We're so thrilled that you chose to join us at the Medical College of Wisconsin and in the profession of medicine. Today is your official induction into the profession of medicine as one of our colleagues, as a student doctor, and hopefully as a physician who will choose to practice here in central Wisconsin or somewhere in an underserved rural region in Wisconsin or one of our adjoining states. We have every confidence in you that you're going to deliver the best care to our communities, to each other, to your families, to your patients, and to our country. And again, I just want to say how grateful we are to all of you for being here with us today. And we're very much looking forward to spending the next 3 to 4 years with you and to really following you throughout your bright careers. And one thing that we want to make sure that you all know is that we're here for you. And we're going to be here for you throughout the entirety of your careers. You're now part of the Medical College of Wisconsin faculty. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now I'd like to turn the podium over to Dr. Deborah Kostakis, Interim Dean of the School of Medicine.
Thank you, Dr. Raymond, Dr. Hunsaker. Welcome, students and families and guests. This is a great afternoon. I know it's going to be one of the first of many great afternoons that you have in your careers as physicians. It's fantastic to be joining you today for this momentous occasion in your lives. I want to first start by acknowledging those who are also joining us virtually and those who have supported our students, your friends and your families, and your significant others as you've made this journey and decision towards becoming physicians. None of us achieves this without friends and families and our significant others. So today's ceremony is a celebration of the first steps in your journey to becoming physicians. Whatever you've been, whatever you've achieved in your life thus far, now takes on a different meaning as you enter this profession. Your journey at MCW will prepare you well to meet the challenges of medicine and science. And this moment should be a moment of pride, because although there is much work ahead, it signifies a tremendous commitment on your behalf to accept the demands that come with being a physician and to succeed in every aspect of that commitment. This event celebrates the induction of the incoming class into the medical profession. Each incoming medical student will receive a white coat accompanied by a written card as a gift from the member of the Wisconsin Medical Society, an organization which has been a longstanding supporter of this ceremony. These coats are an outward sign of the commitment of our future physicians to compassionate care for their patients and their commitment to scientific proficiency. Today marks the 30th annual White Coat Ceremony for Medical College of Wisconsin. But how did it come to being? In the 19th century, respect for the certainty of science was in stark contrast to some of the uncertainties related to the 19th century practice of medicine. And to emphasize the transition to the more scientific approach to modern medicine, physicians sought to represent themselves as scientists and began to wear the most recognizable symbol of the scientist, the white laboratory coat. Eventually, this led to overwhelming association of the white coat with medicine. And although there's some lack of clarity over where the first white coat ceremony originated, the vision behind it has been attributed to Dr. Arnold Gold, who in 1993 instituted such a ceremony at the Columbia University College of Physicians and Surgeons in New York. Dr. Gold believed that medical students should be given well-defined guidelines regarding the expectations and responsibilities appropriate for the medical profession prior to the first day of education and training. He believed that a declaration of commitment, when students accept the obligations of our profession, should be taken at the beginning of medical school, not just the end. The white coat marks your induction into the medical profession and the transition to becoming part of the clinical team. It symbolizes the vow to provide comprehensive and compassionate patient care, the oath to define each patient as a person, not just their illness, and the promise to keep that patient's best interest at heart. This ceremony joins the symbol of the white coat with the virtues of altruism, responsibility, duty, honor, respect, and compassion. You individually bring so many things to medicine: compassion, curiosity, and commitment. But the one thing you don't yet have is perspective. And the MCW class of 1975 has given you, 50 years later, a collection of essays that provide some perspective. There are hard copies available to you, and we'll share a link with you to read in the coming weeks. I encourage you to read these during our time here. They're short, and we'll provide you with another viewpoint, even maybe when you have difficulty seeing that. There are so many privileges that come with helping to lead a medical school, and none of them is more precious to me than being granted the opportunity to welcome the next generation of healers every year, to be allowed the privilege of watching your unbridled enthusiasm and optimism, and witnessing your talents blossom into reality that gives me great comfort knowing that our health, and mine, in the most global of senses, will be in wonderful hands. I know that your careers will bring great promise and build upon the wonderful tradition that is MCW. And at this time, I turn the podium back to Dr. Hunsaker.
To enter medical school, it's a big decision. I often say arriving here was not easy, and no one shows up at medical school accidentally. You don't make a wrong turn and find yourself matriculating at medical school. Our purpose together this afternoon is to convey our expectations, our dreams for the future, your future, as several have expressed. That comes with a commitment to your future from us, from the faculty, from the community, and yes, from the whole region. Today you're writing a story. This is really the first chapter, medical school. You'll write it with your lives, with your time, with your compassion, your empathy, the human touch that you share with patients in delivering health, helping them preserve their health, regain their health, or at times providing simply comfort. You represent the best of learners. You've sought out this opportunity, and together we invest in you for the future. You're the 10th class here at Central Wisconsin. 9 classes have gone before you. They've built traditions. They've built expectations. And yes, they've built some things that are unique to Central Wisconsin. I think few of those students would tell you, oh, this is going to be easy. It'll be straightforward. You'll have plenty of free time. I think they won't say that. The journey requires resilience, dedication, focus. You'll grow, you'll mature. You'll learn about medicine. You'll learn about humans, people you meet. But most of all, you'll learn about yourself. You'll grow in ways you never imagined. You'll encounter situations and challenges you never anticipated. But in the end, that is part of the journey to becoming a physician. Each physician earns their degree. White coats, they're not sold at thrift markets for $1. You earned them. It's especially true in an accelerated curriculum. You're committing to a tempo of learning that stretches even the brightest and smartest student to focus, to commit, and move quickly through material. The graduates, several of them are here today. A couple are joining us on the stage and speaking. They've returned to the region to practice and care for those. Once they were the student, now they are the doctor. We look forward to that for each of you, where you go from beginner to expert, and you use the knowledge of science for the good of your patients. As I mentioned, the community and the region are investing in each of you, and we are thrilled you're here today to begin that journey. Each class in this community has been welcomed with open arms. You'll be surprised that people follow your path. You forgot the moment you met them, you forgot their name, but they remember you from the day you meet. At the reception later, they'll be thinking about the school you went to. They have some connection. The place you're from. It is the connection of the community with each of you. It's the open heart, the open home, and perhaps even a free meal from somebody you didn't know before. The hope is that you'll reach out to them, embrace the community as they embrace you, and make it part of your journey here in Central Wisconsin. You arrive here as a unique individual. As we talked about at dinner the other night, each student makes a decision. They make a decision to commit to their classmates. They desire the support, but they also have to learn to give that support and encouragement as a member of the class. As I asked you the other night, think about that deeply, because classes who work together, they do the best. You learn and test. You learn together, you test individually. Make sure that you're doing your part for the others in your class so that it's a shared highway and you move faster together to success rather than the slow, arduous task of going alone. The other students need you. You need them. It is indeed our collective strength as a faculty, teachers, and students that will really produce the learning, the tempo, and the success that you will achieve. The graduates before you, they've set the bar very high. Getting to know each of you a little bit, I believe you're up to the task, but it won't be easy, as I've said. We know that you'll honor those traditions, the campus and the community with your diligence in your studies, your commitment to the high ideals of medicine, and the high ideals of this campus. What each of you makes of this opportunity it's really up to you. The opportunity's been offered, you've accepted. You're the most critical ingredient to what your future success becomes. There are external forces, there are external events. There will be changes in medicine, as each of us who've been in practice for many years has experienced. But you, how you respond, how you choose to grow, how you choose to care for others, that's the critical ingredient. As I've said, you move forward today. Journeys ahead of you. Sometimes will be unclear. The reward for your achievement, though, is a satisfaction shared by few other professions. People in this room, they're committing to you today. We're committing to you. We've chosen you through the admissions process. You've chosen MCW-Central, Wisconsin, and we begin a future together today. We celebrate that beginning. We look forward to all that you'll become. I would now ask one of our graduates, Dr. Hillary Steltenpole, to come share some remarks of encouragement with you. Hillary?
Welcome, students and future doctors. It's been about 8 years since I was sitting in the exact same seats you are today. And when I was sitting in those seats, I can tell you that I never would have thought I would someday be here speaking to the future medical students at their own white coat ceremony, nor that I would be speaking to them in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy when invited, due to the immense pride and confidence I have in this medical school program. Its graduates, its faculty. In fact, I can remember sitting in those seats wondering to myself, I wonder if they made a mistake when they chose me, when I was comparing myself to those other students around me in the group of intelligent, kind, and talented medical students I had the privilege of meeting and being selected to join in this educational journey that is medical school. It is therefore my honor to be here with you all today, as well as tell each and every one of you with great assurance that you are here for a reason. The people in this room and community see something unique in you that has already demonstrated to them your capability of becoming a great physician and has set you apart from the thousands of other applicants who are not sitting where you are today. Today also marks a significant transition in your medical education. It marks the day you embark on a truly transformative journey in self-discovery and medical education from a preclinical phase to a clinical one, where you will begin to engage with patients and their care. There is something truly special about the white coats you will be given today. They are a symbol of so many things to so many people, but above all, I think they serve as a reminder of the trust, professionalism, and lifelong educational commitment to the people you are all going to be taking care of. The white coat and its role in our profession lets people know that we can be trusted with their lives and the health and safety, and most importantly, personal information of themselves and their loved ones. When deciding what to speak to all of you about today, I was most inspired by this idea of the white coat we wear as physicians representing trust. In our society today, this has become something we are seeing greater and greater challenges with. What myself and others in the profession of healthcare have been seeing is a decline overall in trust in science, trust in medicine, trust in us. Why am I telling you all this today? Well, because I want to impress upon you all the importance of the next phase of your education and how everything you will learn is going to give you the tools you need to help patients navigate and process information they are reading online or hearing in the news, as well as when they're given health recommendations from their friends, from politicians, or other leaders around them that will not and do not have the medical education you are about to receive. It will be your job to show patients and be able to communicate with them effectively why they should trust what you're saying. Explain the science and research that supports your medical opinions to them, and even let them know when you think the information being told to them by someone else may be for an alternative motive than their own health and well-being. It is with a dedication to lifelong learning that will earn you the continued right to the trust and responsibility that the white coats you are receiving today bestow on you and our profession. It is up to each and every one of us as future or current physicians to remember that decision we made to lifelong learning in order to not only keep, but maintain the trust of our patients, and by extension, improve patient care and safety overall. Now, these conversations with people are often not easy, regardless of education, but I'm also here to tell you today that the skills and training I received in this program gave me a solid foundation of everything I needed to work toward that goal in care of patients every day. This program will help you all not only become leaders in the clinics and hospitals you work in, but also leaders in your current and future communities. Healthcare does not exist in a vacuum, and as you will learn, our roles and responsibilities often extend much further than the workplace. This makes our jobs as physicians uniquely challenging, as sometimes it can feel difficult to separate our professional and personal lives due to this responsibility we have as leaders of our community, as well as the responsibility we have in safety of our patients. However, the medical education you are receiving in and of itself is a practice in this eventual challenge. Between the need for rigorous studying, a demanding clinical experience, and I think the most underappreciated part of medical education overall, the personal and self-sacrifice you will undoubtedly make in time with your loved ones and other non-career life goals for yourself, you will begin to learn the delicate and difficult art of work-life balance as future physicians. With all this in mind, it will become more important than ever that you prioritize your time to keep the important supportive relationships in your life as you become physicians. The people who came to support you today will be some of those people who will help encourage you on the difficult days. The days you feel like giving up, the days where you feel powerless in helping a particular patient, the days that make you question your capabilities on whether you can do this job. But know this, and I'm reminding you all of this again because it's easy to forget, you were chosen for this program because there are so many people who are not doubting that you have what it takes to be a great physician. The individuals in this room, the people of this community, and all of the healthcare workers of all different roles in our area hospital and clinic systems are cheering you on, and they will be here to remind you just how capable you are when you need to hear it most. Something unique to this area is ultimately the support you will even find from the patients you meet. I cannot tell you how many times I would get a little discouraged after I was seeing a patient as practice on a rotation, only to return to that patient room with my attending physician later on and have the patient say what a great job I did and how excited they were to be a part of a future physician's early education. I would often run into those same patients years later into my education again as either a more experienced medical student, then as a future family medicine resident, and even now as an attending. And they are always very quick to remind me where I started. Sometimes we have a couple laughs about this of the early days of me fumbling through a physical exam, and how much joy it gave those patients to watch me improve over the years and complete my journey into becoming the physician I am today. And speaking further from personal experience, yes, medical school comes with its emotional and cognitive challenges, as it does for all medical students. However, when I look back on my time in this program, I can assure you that for as much as it felt my education took from me at times, it also gave me so much in return. I met lifelong friends in this program. I met fantastic teachers, physicians, and other healthcare staff who taught me about striving for the best patient care. I met wonderful patients who have and continue to shape who I am as a physician every day, and those patients continue to teach me better ways to improve my patient care every single day. I myself became more confident and unafraid to challenge systems in place around me that may not be benefiting our overall profession and patients at times. However, most importantly for me personally, I met my husband, Joe Novak, in this program, and together we've created a beautiful family with our son Owen, as well as a baby girl named Lucy on her way very shortly. Both Joe and I feel so strongly about the mission of this medical school program and have witnessed firsthand the great deal of compassionate care and amazing physicians it has created both for this community and surrounding areas, but also many other areas of the country as well. This medical school and its staff became like a second family to us. And I want to also reassure all of the family and friends of the incoming medical students today, they will also watch out for your loved ones as a second family as well. In other words, they are in great hands to make sure that while they are learning to take care of others, someone's also taking care of them. In conclusion, I think the best and strongest message I can give all of you today is you are not alone. Medical education is tough. And following your medical education, patient care, and working in our healthcare system in the United States is also very tough. But if there is something I want each of you to remember throughout this process of education, residency, and beyond in your careers, it is to consider a message of your white coat as, yes, a symbol of trust, but also unity, as any uniform of a group of people does. The time in medicine for competitiveness with each other is over. Now more than ever, we need to see our peers and our colleagues as our allies, our teammates, and our friends. When we stand together, we are healthier physicians, we work to create more compassionate healthcare systems, and ultimately, we create a better patient care for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Steltenpool. There's something about somebody in the final trimester who delivers a speech and chooses to be with us. I appreciate you honoring that commitment and being with us today, and look forward to your healthy pregnancy. Dr. Michael White, who is the president-elect of the Wisconsin Medical Society, joins us today, and I would ask him to share a few remarks with the students as they enter the profession of medicine. Dr. White?
I brought a script. They put it out for me, so I don't have to bring it. I'm going to try and be short. As president-elect of the Wisconsin Medical Society and a member of the Wisconsin Medical Society Board of Trustees and the Foundation Board of Trustees, I'm honored and humbled to be here today to welcome to our profession of medicine. I'm also a little jealous because we didn't have a white coat ceremony when I went to medical school. They said, there's a bookstore over there, go buy your white coats. Welcome to the profession of medicine. But what is a profession? The most widely accepted definition was offered by a U.S. Supreme Court Justice, Dr. Louis Brandeis. A profession is an occupation which requires extensive professional and intellectual training, which you are just beginning. It is pursued primarily for the benefit of others and not merely for oneself. The measure of success is the achievement of one's contributions to society rather than financial success. So you are now, today, members of a profession dedicated to healing others. I want you to know that you're receiving this white coat from one of our members as a recognition of the commitment that you are making, and acknowledge everything you did to get here. We believe in you. We are placing our trust in you. We are here to help you. We will teach you, and we are also here to mentor and support you. In my own journey through 40 years of medicine, it was colleagues who helped me when I stumbled, when I didn't know what to do, when I was afraid, and they encouraged me when I was down, and helped me to find the answers that I needed, because I sure don't know it all even now. Needed answers for my patients, for my partners, and for myself. So I ask you to remember that we are your colleagues. You may depend on us, and we shall depend on you. You get two gifts today. One is the white coat, but you are now also members of the Wisconsin Medical Society. You may be junior colleagues, but you are our colleagues. I am proud of what we represent and proud of what we do. I expect you to live up to the standards we set for our profession. I ask you to accept the opportunities we offer, as well as the guidance that we provide. I also humbly ask that you consider becoming part of our leadership. I'm part of the old guard. I'm an old guy, if you hadn't noticed. The people that built and maintain the society are still here, but you are the future. I humbly ask that you consider becoming part of the future leadership of our society to build what we need 20 years from now. Again, welcome to the profession and congratulations.
As we mentioned earlier, the graduates and students provide a large part of your experience as a medical student here. And we've asked student Dr. Noah Foster, a member of the M2 class. He joins us today and will share some words on behalf of the Central Wisconsin student body. Noah?
I am deeply humbled to be in front of you today, speaking to you at your white coat ceremony. I would like to begin by extending a sincere congratulations on your acceptance and matriculation to medical school. Your dedication, resilience, and commitment to the pursuit of medicine is something to celebrate. On behalf of the M2 class, I am here to share that we are excited to get to know each one of you and support you during your journey at MCW and beyond. Be intentional about finding your people. You have chosen to be at a school with 23 classmates, forming a community that is unlike any other medical institution. I urge you to show up for one another, reclaiming the value of in-person relationships. It is from one another that you will ultimately find success beyond what you initially deemed possible. The faculty and staff are here to support you. Never be afraid to ask for help. Faculty are so committed, in fact, that they have met with several of us, myself included, when we are convinced by our extensive clinical expertise that we have an ailment related to whatever we are learning about. In the pocket of your white coats, you will find a small laminated card. I came across these words in a handout and put them on my refrigerator during my first year. When you are having a tough day, take out this card and let it serve as a reminder to help you keep perspective. I will read the phrases aloud. Be present. Create space for multiple truths. Assume best intentions. Recognize that intent is different from impact. Center learning and growth. Call each other in as we call each other out. Step up, step back. Share gratitude for feedback, and notice power dynamics. Here are a few hopes that I have for you embarking on this next chapter. May you have the courage to be vulnerable in advocating for yourselves, one another, and your patients. Your future patients in the field of medicine needs you now more than ever, and you will rise to the occasion. Choose to do what is right, not what is easy. Extend gratitude to those who have supported you along the way, and for whom this would not have been possible otherwise. Finally, I hope that while you navigate your first year, you find joy, however that might appear. I'm reminded of Dr. Lockwood's advice to protect your flame, as so much will try to extinguish your light. Trust that what you learn here will help you serve patients wherever life may take you, and pay it forward when given the opportunity for others who follow. You all have come so far and have the capacity to achieve all that you desire during your time at MCW and beyond. Never underestimate your value or sense of belonging. You were chosen and deserve to be here. Medicine is better for it. Thank you.
Chris Knight will now share with us some reflections from the students. Chris?
The following words are those of our students. We always have a great opportunity to get together and do a little reflection, so I put together what I hope is a semi-coherent amalgamation of that. This will be completely different from anything I've ever done before. There's so much to learn in 3 short years. I'm definitely nervous about the volume of material and learning the right strategies to learning. I don't have a lot of experience really being challenged to change or improve my study strategies. I worry that I might be overwhelmed quickly, making the transition smooth and starting on the right foot. I'm nervous about learning at an accelerated pace. I fear getting behind, the rigor, the failing. I want to ensure I have time for being a person with hobbies and satisfying relationships and not being consumed by my studies. I'm very nervous about being able to balance workload and keep good mental health. I'm not having time to do things that I enjoy, of maintaining a work-life balance. I love to spend time with friends and family, and I fear that I will have to sacrifice times with them to dedicate to my studies. I worry where I stand is purely from luck, and that I won't live up to the expectations I set for myself. Being an imposter, feeling like everyone else is way smarter and I don't deserve to be here. In the past, I've allowed my fear of failure to deter me from being successful. I'm worried I won't be successful in my coursework or rotations, or how to cope with emotional situations as a doctor. The unknown. Am I going to be able to learn everything? Will I fit in? Will I learn to navigate the healthcare system without losing sight of the why for my patients? I hope starting will ease my nerves, that I can do this. All of this is very expensive too. But I am excited for the challenge and the lessons I will learn. Understanding the work I have done and dedication I have shown to get to this point in my journey gives me reassurance in my abilities. Additionally, the support from MCW staff, faculty, and students shows me the community behind each one of us to help us achieve our dreams and succeed in our endeavors. Most looking forward to getting back to learning. I love to learn and yearn for more knowledge about medicine, to build the basic science and clinical foundations for residency and practice. The privilege of gaining access to every facet of the human body, mind, and overall condition. I'm also looking forward to hands-on work in an anatomy lab. I'm eager to discover how I can leverage my interests and experience to improve the health of the communities as well as individuals. I look forward to finally being able to study and practice what I have always wanted to. And finally, applying what I learn and seeing my knowledge and skill set grow as I interact with academics, patients, and colleagues. I'm looking forward to meeting lots of new classmates and future colleagues. These connections will help me get through school and become the best physician I can be. The small class size has already allowed us to build a sense of community, friends, and support system. I keep telling my parents how lucky I feel to be here. I've already experienced that which I was most looking forward to, which is forming connections with my peers. It amazes me how quickly I've found my people, who I believe will be lifelong friends, and I'm looking forward to further developing these friendships, forming relationships with like-minded people, of the memories I will make with my peers, and helping these friends grow into the doctors they've dreamed to become. Looking forward to making connection with my classmates in the community, working in the community, and achieving a lifelong goal of serving the community as a physician. Looking forward to the personal and professional growth I will experience in medical school. For many years, I've been working toward the dream of becoming a doctor, and at MCW, I believe I will be given the tools to become the best physician I can be. I hope to energetically enter a career with a clear vision for my specialty of choice and the ways I can contribute to the quality of public health and healthcare systems. Hopefully, I feel somewhat prepared to start residency and ready to care for patients. I envision myself continuing to advance medicine and expand health equity throughout the state of Wisconsin. I envision giving back all the love and respect to a rural community like my hometown and helping reduce healthcare disparities. I envision myself serving my communities in a meaningful way. And as a rural physician, I hope to make meaningful connections and help vulnerable populations with health and wellness. I hope to be able to gain the knowledge necessary to change lives to those I serve, and I want to be able to bridge cultural barriers with modern medicine, while providing excellent care. I hope to achieve this by obtaining residency that will challenge me and keep me and help make me develop creative ways to advance care and gain knowledge, confidence, and the ability to practice in rural Wisconsin and achieve my dream of giving back to rural communities that shaped who I am today. I envision myself getting involved in a lot of student community organizations and gaining skills that will benefit my future community. And although I am unsure of what specialty I want to do, I envision myself with my med school comrades making memories, learning about ourselves. We will sharpen each other and make each other better doctors. Having built a strong community of peers and mentors who support each other and encourage each other to make differences in our communities, eager to help those around us, and coming out of it with many new friendships. I envision myself having learned a ton about human basic sciences as well as how to be an ethical, compassionate, and respectful physician, hopefully more intelligent. And I hope at the end of my medical school journey, I have the knowledge and tools to be able to give the best care possible. I see myself as a part of new communities, MCW-CW, Wausau, and Wisconsin at large. Proud of the work I put into my studies and ready to continue the mission of helping individuals flourish through humanistic practice. I envision feeling proud, confident, and a fresh outlook on life, and to become more resilient and passionate about medicine. I envision myself as a provider who puts their patients' needs first and listens. And I want to serve patients with compassion, integrity, and empathy, recognizing everyone has a unique journey to receive care. I hope to have found a really healthy work-life school balance while being trained to be an excellent physician to ultimately help people and community. And I envision myself feeling accomplished, but facing a life of continuing to learn more. I hope to use what I have learned to support future students and applicants moving forward. And lastly, I envision at the end of medical school that I will have changed drastically. Not who I am, however, as this past week has taught me. I will be dedicated to taking care of not only others, but myself and the ones I love. With that, Dr. Long.
Dr. Long, I'd ask you to come up, and we'll now ask the students to come as their names are called and receive their white coats.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Dr. Hunsaker. It is now my privilege to welcome each of our students to come forward to receive their white coat. Each student will receive their white coat from an MCW-Central Wisconsin physician faculty member or from a physician family member or mentor who has supported them on path to medical school. These physicians will continue to stand by them as they move forward in their career. Students, please come forward as your name is called. Okay, we used to do this differently. Okay, Gavin Anderson. Being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin Assistant Professor, Dr. Colette Salatka. Tegan Blahoviak, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin alumnus, Dr. Stephen Bergen. Emily Bonanno, being coded by her special coder, Dr. Stephen Whitford. Catherine Buchanan, being coded by her special coder, Dr. Douglas Buchanan. Corinne Fritz, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin Assistant Professor, Dr. John Wheat. Elizabeth Knoll, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin alumnus, Dr. Joe Novak. Alexandria Kraus, being coded by MCW Milwaukee alumnus, Dr. Arthur Marquis. Claire Keene, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin Assistant Professor, Dr. Robert Sander. Parker Cunine, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin alumna, Dr. Hillary Steltenpool. Stephanie Larson, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin Assistant Professor, Dr. Colette Salatka. Chifang Lee Lewis, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin alumnus, Dr. Steve Bergen. Stephen Martell, being coded by his special coder, Dr. Kevin Downshed. Ruth Mercer, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin Assistant Professor, Dr. John Wheat. Sebastian Neskoviak, being coded by a special coder, Dr. Faith Wilfley. Spencer Ray, being coded by a special coder, Dr. Cheryl Ray. Pearl Scallon, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin alumnus Dr. Joe Novick. Cassandra Schultz, being coded by MCW Milwaukee alumnus Dr. Arthur Marquis. Carter Shoquist, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin Assistant Professor Dr. Robert Sander. Austin Stankowski, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin alumna Dr. Hillary Steltenpool. Clara Stifler, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin Assistant Professor Dr. Colette Solotka. Tyler Stroop, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin alumnus Dr. Stephen Bergen. Brock Thompson, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin Assistant Professor Dr. John Wheat. Jacob White, being coded by MCW-Central Wisconsin alumnus Dr. Joe Novick. Alicia Williamson, being coded by MCW Milwaukee alumnus Dr. Arthur Marquis. That's all. I would now like to invite Dr. Joe Novick to the podium to lead the MCW Physician's Oath and provide his remarks to the students.
All righty. Thank you, Dr. Long. The oath that the medical school graduates are about to take was written during the 2019-2020 academic year by a committee of MCW students based on the Declaration of Geneva. It was crafted to promote empathy, diversity, and community among physicians and the patients they serve while upholding the time-honored traditions of professionalism and ethical medical practice embodied in the Hippocratic Oath. All physicians and medical students present today are encouraged to rise and participate in the recitation of the MCW Medical School Oath. The oath will be displayed on the screen behind me and also is included in your program. All right, we'll have you guys stand. All right, please repeat after me. At the time of being admitted as a member of the medical profession, I pledge to dedicate myself to the service of humanity through the art and science of medicine. The health and well-being of my patients will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patients. I will value the individuality of my patients and care for them to the best of my ability. I will safeguard the confidentiality of my patients. I will practice my profession with conscience and integrity and in accordance with medical standards. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the community and the improvement of healthcare. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities so that I am able to provide the best care for my patients. I will engage in honest self-reflection upon my character, acknowledging both my strengths and limitations. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights or civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Please be seated. I now invite Dr. Matt Hunsaker back up to the stage to say a few closing remarks.
At this time, I would ask the class to form a line in front of the stage up here. You don't have to come up, but just across the front here. We want to take a moment and realize the people who helped us get here today, particularly for the students who are entering the profession of medicine. We don't arrive at medical school, we don't complete medical school, and we don't practice and serve others without the support of family, friends, and those who care most about us in our lives. Today, each of us who is a physician reflects, we think about, and we owe a debt of gratitude to our families, our patients, our teachers, and it's a debt that we never fully repay. We seek to pay it forward. We seek to model their caring, their empathy, and their trust in us to those we serve, but we never fully repay that debt. To our students, as you enter the profession of medicine, you'll need the support, you'll need to draw from the courage, you'll need to draw from the endurance of those around you as you go through medical school and indeed throughout your profession. I hope that today you'll recognize that support, and in the quiet moments after today's ceremony or after the reception, you'll express to those you love your appreciation and gratitude for all that they've given you to stand here today as medical students. But it's a two-way street. I'll ask of those who are assembled here today, the families, those who love and care about each of these students. They're a significant part of your life, but I'll ask each of you, will you commit to supporting the sacrifices that the students will make while becoming a physician? I'll ask them, will they remind you of this day in the hardest times? Will they speak words of kindness to you, caring when you need it most? And when the demands and duties as a physician and the balance you seek in your personal life often intersect in not enough time and not enough moments, will they provide you, even then, with the encouragement and affection that you need to continue on? I would now ask our students' guests, will you support them in this journey? If you are willing, I would ask that you would signal to them, yes, you are, by saying, we will. The 24 of you, you represent our hopes for the next generation of physicians. Congratulations, student doctors. We're proud to welcome you to MCW-Central Wisconsin. We're proud to welcome you to the profession, and we're enthusiastically excited about who you will become as both physicians and our colleagues. Let's give them another round of applause. This concludes our white coat ceremony. I would ask that the guests remain seated as the students exit the hall, and you can meet them out back just as soon as we clear the room. Please, I'll ask the students to file on out and through the hallway. Thank you for being with us on this important day at Central Wisconsin.